The 2023 Masters Olympia is off and running. Open class, top three. What competition? I looked through the history of events this year, 2023, and this one has maybe better competition than all of them. This is your top three, like I said, and it could go either which way. We have Max Charles, that surprised me. Maybe my personal favorite to win this one. We have Kamal El Garne, a guy who I predicted would win this one. And then we have Phil Klahar, who, yes, was probably a favorite. If you're a betting man, he was probably the favorite to, yes, win this one. And all three of these guys could take this title, could become Mr. Olympia Masters class in the Masters division. Now, there was a few screenshots here, a few pictures. Link it to the Instagram pages where I got these from at the end, so go ahead, follow those. You can keep just as up to date as old Mark's Max Muscle. But speaking of old Maxie boy, Max Charles, I can't believe this guy was sticking out like a usable appendage. I mean, this guy was the biggest, maybe the best shape here, and the most muscle separation. I would absolutely give Max Charles a couple of these shots, including the front double. Now you go through the shots here, and these are not meant to tell condition 100%, but you can tell a lot from these little pictures. You can tell that Max Charles, he looks a lot better than I thought. I would probably still go with the small man in this one. Phil Klahar, is he 100%? I don't know. I think maybe being the favorite coming into this one could have affected him. I think he's the type of guy that likes to be an underdog. Now you go to the side here. Now, all wheels aside, Phil, he is peeled, and Kamal, he's thick and shredded. Max, maybe not the most separation in the wheels, but upper body, get out of town. I'd give Max Charles the victory out of the first couple of shots. Now, when you do go to the back, this is a Phil Klahar game. Lights out, guys. Lights out. And I've seen other people's opinions on this. Guys that I respect, guys and gals that I respect, things of that nature. And yeah, some people are up in the air about these back shots. The conditioning, maybe, for Kamal, I'd still give it to the much, much larger man in Phil Klahar. And the rear double as well, I would absolutely give this one to Phil Klahar. Now, I could be wrong on this one. The rear double, a little bit closer. Max actually surprised me, but he's still falling last in line in this trio. Considering that Kamal, not the biggest Hostetler stud in the room, but I mean that Christmas tree, the rear lat, maybe not the best pose for him, but the rear double, I might take that back. I might give him this one instead of Phil, but you'd have to see the conditioning. And like I said, these pictures are not meant to be judged. They're just meant to make your own little personal judgment, and if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. The abs and thigh, however, we can make a pretty good decision on this, that Max Charles, he's probably winning this one. Not only that, but Max was winning a few shots. Most muscular as well. Now, they were jumbling them up different. They had other guys in the center, of course. But Max Charles, I'm telling you right now, most muscular, he's winning. He's winning the abs and thigh. He's winning a few shots. So if you had to ask me who realistically should win this one, probably Max, to be honest. But it is still up in the air. Phil could win based on the back shots. Kamal could win based on the same thing, the back shots, the overall package. But yes, what an exciting show. And I'm sure there's people wondering about this guy, Josh Lenartowicz. Maybe not at his best, maybe not at his peak. Because if he was, he could win this one. But it looks like he's out of your top three. As well as Biggie Smalls, Fred Smalls. But Fred Smalls, my eyeballs popped when I seen him. I thought this guy looked 20 years younger. This guy looks better than he did at the Tampa. So kudos. Probably get an easy fourth. Yeah, so at the end of the day, guys, this one could go to Kamal El Garne. He may be the most realistic winner in this one. Maybe the most complete package, condition, muscle, but not very tall. not very tall. Considering Phil Clahar may be a favorite as well, and that guy goes 6 feet, 6 feet plus. Huge. And when you're that wide, I mean, yeah, it could make a difference. But man, oh man, I have to say, Max Charles, I think he may be your 2023 Masters Olympia champion. Definitely not to be quoted proper. Could be an improper decision because it's very close. Prejudging the finals will tell a tale. Which one will lose and which one will prevail? Max Charles, come on, man. You can do it. You do it now because it's the Masters. You can't do it later. If you know what I mean, you know, the writing is on the wall. If you don't do it now, you can't. You do it later, you'll be old like me. Hit thumbs up on the video, subscribe, and have a great one. Do it. Come on, fall into position. I'll be back.